G'day, friends and fans. The dark side of feminism is making many feminists regret feminism. Many are realizing that feminism makes you an incel. Yeah, the femcells. We know it. We've seen it. But what is feminism?
Hello, motherfucker.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, feminism is emotional damage. And the cure for feminism is... the pimp slap. So we're going to pimp slap, try to pimp slap some feminists, but not today. We're, we should not, blanket all, we should be very specific about bad behaviors and mock and ridicule them. Now, a lot of 20-year-olds are indoctrinated into feminism by peer pressure. They're bullied. Feminists will fuck over other women until they give in. I generally think that, telling men to be more gentle, caring, and attentive to women is paramount to basically neutering them and making them unattractive to women. Women don't respond to weak men. Yet they keep wanting weak men to feel safe. They want a gay man to hang around with, and express their feelings to. But then they wonder why their eggs shrivel up by the time they're 30. Because they have no sex drive, right? It makes sense, right? If you don't use it, right? Men know this. If you don't use it, it doesn't fall off, but it just goes to sleep. But, a lot of people are waking up to the fact that feminism is aggressive women bullying other women to be just as aggressive as her. Now, everybody knows one of the most famous of all time feminists is Jane Fonda. And, Jane Fonda is a hypocrite. She's been married multiple times, right? She's always been on the evil side of every activist, helping the Viet Cong oppress the Vietnamese. But she's had breast implants, breast lifts, breast implants, facelifts, under eye surgery, eye lifts, eye reduction. She actually had her eyes reduced. She's had neck rejuvenation. She's had work done on her jawline. And of course, she's had more, so she later claimed to have set for limits on further production. Yeah, she's had multiple facelifts, and you can see it, right? Look at the difference. Look at the difference, right? Look at the difference. She's had nose jobs, right? Look at there. Right? Look at that. Look at the difference. Right? She's been sculpted so many times. Look at a day ago. Look at a year ago to a day ago. Right? Look at it years ago. Granny is still getting every year collagen and other injections, right? She's a hypocrite. While she's out there telling women to kill her kids. Go out and kill your kids. She's having kids with multiple men. Got multiple grandchildren. telling you that she lived the best life while you are a miserable femcel while she's had sex with lots of men, not just her husbands. And she's probably had relationships with multiple women, not just her besties. Look at her. Right? Jaw, neck, hair, colourings, makeup. She's not a feminist, she's a sex doll. But feminism has lied to women, and women are waking up to it. Women are waking up to it. That you one day will wake up and miserable and be in your 40s. Man, you hit the wall early if you're a feminist. Because your body shuts down. If you don't use it, your body, right? It's like if you don't exercise, right? Your body doesn't maintain its muscle tone, right? Because you aren't using those muscles, right? Now, of course, if you don't have to go out and have sex every day either. But if, women get urges and they start pleasuring themselves and they start getting addicted to it. And that's even worse because they burn out their nerve endings. They get no emotion or even from, they get all twisted up in a knot. And the problem is they keep trying to cure it with doubling down. And of course, some, sex pest, male predator, that's the thing that drives women. And the problem is that women don't understand, right? The predators pretend to be feminists, right? The predators started with poets and linguists and artists, the musicians with the lute who would lure women, This goes all the way back to ancient Greece and the legends of the satyr, how men would hide in the forest and lure women in with music and sexually abuse them. The wisdom was always there, but feminism cut off multiple generations from wisdom. But Nimi has woken up and realised that feminism is nothing more than a dominant psychological phenomenon observed in weak and damaged females. And you get women, right, can actually be cured. This is amazing. But this, of course, is only an observation, but still, a feminist allegedly once they start loving a man, feminism wears off. Fair use. The clip must be played for context.
I must be pretty weak-willed because all it took was falling in love with a man, and now I'm like, not really. I mean, I'm a feminist, but like, kind of. I don't really need my maiden name.
No, you're weak-willed to become a feminist. And your maiden name? Wait a minute. Isn't it your father's name? Or your grandfather's name? Or your mother's grandfather's name? Depends on how feminist you are.
I don't really need it. I like your last name better
Yeah, that's the whole point, right? You're becoming part of his family. So you take his name.
Anyway, I'll just take that. I know he can do his own laundry.
Really? Do you know that for certain? Because, wow. Maybe just maybe it's not a new thing that every day millions of men could do something other than hit a hammer, hit a nail on the head with a hammer, capture a spider and take it outside, find your car keys, your purse, your makeup, or walk into the bathroom and see that your just a toothbrush turns out to be your an entire makeup kit with and your neatly laid out morning routine is somewhere jammed into a drawer and covered with all sorts of feminine hygiene products.
I know that he can clean the house, but
Yeah, and it only takes a little bit of work each week, unlike women who seem to spend every waking hour scrubbing something and then complaining that they get no help.
I want to do it for him.
Now that's the instinct kicking in, where women want cleanliness and hygiene and all the little genetic things that kick in. Could you imagine, putting Betty Boop in a cave somewhere in the way back distance, and she'll turn it into not Betty Boop, Hello Kitty. Imagine a Hello Kitty cave. Well, just put her in a cave, and she'll turn into a Hello Kitty, into a Hello Kitty fem cave.
I want to cook all his meals.
Cooking used to be how women would show off how valuable they are as a wife. The better the meals, the more, even if it was just stew. This is the best stew I had ever, said every man who wanted to get laid.
I want to make sure he's getting all his whole grains, all his vegetables.
Yeah, men really care about the vegetables, right?
I want to make sure he's getting all that protein.
No, you're the one getting the protein. He's getting his steak. I don't eat pussy. I eat steak.
He has not asked any of this of me.
Alphas don't ask. They tell. They get.
It just kind of naturally kicks in.
Yes, a master. It naturally kicks in, a master. And now I'm starting to think this is a parody.
These instincts just kind of come out of now I have to take care of you when you're sick.
Wow. Human compassion and kindness. Wow. She actually realizes that feminism is none of that.
Oops, I made you breakfast.
And so it should be.
And it fits all of your dietary requirements.
I don't give a fuck about that. Who gives a fuck about your dietary requirements? Unless you're over 50 and got diabetes, and then it's like, oh yeah, and or a heart condition, or you lost the will to live.
My bad. I think I got possessed by a housewife.
No. You're a housewife who is no longer possessed, right? And this comes from someone who writes about quote unquote good demons, okay? just trust me on this, right? I think there's a lot of people out there who probably don't like my subject matter. Too bad, so sad. Your arguments ain't gonna persuade me, bro.
Is that what happens?
Yes. Yes! Feminism is possession. I don't say, right? I don't glorify, I cannot stress it enough that feminism is cancer. And that perhaps, just perhaps, she might have had a red pill moment. I say moment because if someone is that lacking, right, who falls for feminism in the first place, there's always a worry that every addict has a relapse, right? Because that's what it is. Feminism is a drug. It's demonic possession. You give yourself over to an outside force, okay, and then you let that outside force control you. That is possession, right? And then when those strings are cut, when that outside force is gone, right, you still have those inner voices, all that programming, right? Deprogramming. She's obviously undergoing deprogramming, but it's you never know. No, that one day, pop, he might leave the toilet seat up or something else. And then the emotional damage kicks in. Right? And suddenly like that.
You like eating red carpet, tough guy?
Yes!
Say you like eating red carpet!
I like eating red carpet!
Giggity.
Yeah. And remember, right? Feminism stems from...
Hello, motherfucker.
Emotional damage.
Yeah, so she got all that baggage. So, obviously, you just got to ask yourself, where's the man? What is sort of man? You look at her, right? She ain't going for this one. Yeah. She's going for the chat. She's one of the few who, the 1 in 100,000 or something who find a Chad. Because what is a Chad anyway? What alpha? How many? What's the percentage of population of males between 25 to 45 who are financially secure? It's not very big, is it? So you think about it, right? But still.
Right turn, Clyde.
She took the right turn, even if it probably took some clocking in somewhere at some point. You can guarantee she probably had an argument with her girlfriend and got clocked out, right? And that's it, right turn. But still, it happens, right? But still, what do we say about feminism?
Screw your feminism.
So yeah, screw your feminism. Thank you all for watching. Hope you've had as much fun as I did. And please like, share, subscribe, and please support the channel. Sorry, my mouse just suddenly would not move. Okay, thank you all for watching. Please like, share, subscribe, and please support the channel. You can support me on Ko-Fi, Patreon, buy my books, buy my merch. Yeah, I realise I should just record all this. Yeah. Thank you all. But, yeah, I just want to be human, right? Don't want AI everything or clip everything and just sit down to a bunch of buttons and or type out scripts and have some AI read it for me. To actually find out that most of your top YouTubers are using Sora and generating their videos or uploading and editing them, and I've tried this out and it's expensive. So, I've tried it out. I take it sometimes a video, upload it, and see just what little tweaks it can make, and then I go, is it really worth the money? Am I really going to sell out that much? Now, I'm not accusing any one individual of doing it, but I think ultimately it's going to backfire on people. People are going to wake up and go, yeah, AI's a nice tool. You can use it here and there for little things. But overall, no. I think overall, if you over-rely on, it's like people who rely on power tools. Look at building in China. They got no skill. No. You look at men who can't handle rejection. They the first sign of rejection, they turn into emotional wrecks, just like women. You really want to be strong. You have to know when you're dependent, right? And that's what I think, right? If you are dependent on a woman, that gives her power. You always should have a woman dependent on you, but of course, a lot of mgtow just want to go their own way, and that's fine with me. Thank you all for listening. See you in the next video, and bye for now.